The May 21st, 2024 meeting of the Public Safety Committee will now come to order. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Mr. Burgess. Here. Mr. Burgess is present. Mr. Colby. Here. Mr. Colby is present. Mr. Cruz. Present. Mr. Cruz is present. Ms. DeFlorio. Here. Mrs. DeFlorio is present. Mr. Dondorfer. Here. Mr. Dondorfer is present. Ms. Hugh Smith. Here. Ms. Hugh Smith is present. Chairman Long. Here. Chairman Long is present. Mr. Mafucci. Here. Mr. Mafucci is present. Mr. Milne. Here. Mr. Milne is present. Ms. Smith. Here. Ms. Smith is present. Ms. Vasquez Simmons. Here. Ms. Vasquez Simmons is present.
Is there anyone signed up for the public forum?
There is not.
Is there anyone present who has not signed up to speak who would like to address the committee at this time?
You will have 2 minutes in which to address the committee. Also, please do not bring up any signs or props and don't single out any legislator, and just state your name when you start.
If anyone doesn't know, I'm Terry Schnurr. In the week after hundreds of thousands of people saw evidence that the district attorney's initial statement on the events of April 22nd was not entirely accurate, she made 3 additional ham-handed and intellectually dishonest attempts at public relations. The first, a video that no one familiar with the English language would call an apology. The second, a television interview, which can be summarized in 8 words that she repeated 3 times. I don't have a good answer for that. The final one, a newspaper column in which she said elected officials are held to a higher standard and that she had taken responsibility. Leaving aside questions of race and class, if anyone believes that the district attorney's office would be satisfied if one of her neighbors who acted with equal brazen audacity for half an hour did less than paying a speeding fine, I have a good deal on the O'Rourke Bridge. Why is she still district attorney? I don't have a good answer for that. Why have so many people in this building remained silent about her actions? I don't have a good answer for that. What do I say to people who tell me that this reinforces their cynicism about government, politics, and the criminal justice system? I don't have a good answer for that. Thank you, and have a good night.
Is there anyone else who has not signed up to speak who would like to address the committee? Seeing none, we'll move on. Pat Gooch, Senior Planner for Monroe County's Planning and Development Department, will now give a brief overview of the 2025 through 2030 Capital Improvement Program as it pertains to the Public Safety Committee.
Thank you, Chairperson. You should all have a copy of the recommended 2025-2030 CIP. This report reflects the culmination of an 11-month process beginning in late summer with departments proposing a 6-year funding plan for capital projects. A committee reviews the proposed projects, requires changes based on project priority and fiscal constraints on the program. After review by the county executive, the CIP is submitted to the county planning board. The planning board reviews the CIP, holds a public hearing, and sets priorities for the capital budget year, which is the first year of the CIP, or in this case, 2025. The planning board returns the draft CIP to the county executive, who then submits the recommended CIP to your honorable body. At the June meeting of the legislature, you will set a public hearing for July, and then, upon your favorable review, vote to adopt the plan. There are no funding approvals associated with taking action on this referral. 2 sections of the CIP are pertinent to this committee: public safety and the sheriff's office. Information about the Department of Public Safety's 6-year program begins on page 90 of your CIP. There are 12 projects in this program. One of these projects, Communication Site Tower Build, is new. The public safety program accounts for just under 5% of the total capital program. The sheriff's program begins on page 96. There are 9 projects in the sheriff's program. 1 new project is introduced in the 2025-2030 CIP and is being advanced to the 2025 budget year due to state grant funding. This is the sheriff's body-worn camera project. The sheriff's vehicle's replacement will also be funded with cash, as is typical. The sheriff's program accounts for 5.4% of the total capital program. I'll be happy to take questions when you get to this item on the agenda. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Mr. Gooch. The next item on the agenda is the approval of minutes. You have the April 30th, 2024 minutes before you. They will stand approved unless the clerk is notified of any changes by the end of the day. The next item on our agenda is new business. Mr. Clerk.
Referral 24-0163, adopt 2025-2030 capital improvement program.
Moved by Legislator Mafucci, seconded by Legislator Vasquez Simmons. Legislator Dondorfer.
The administration, I know that you said that there are 12 new projects in the public safety improvements contained in this CIP. In your opinion, what are some of the most key improvements contained at this point?
Through the chair, one correction, there's one new project to the public safety portion, 12 projects overall, which have been in the 6-year cycle for however long they've been in there. The new project is the communication site tower build, which is a project that is based off of previous work from a consultant to identify redundancy in the radio communication system for first responders. And that is the project that is new and is advancing in the CIP.
Thank you. So through the chairs of the administration, would you rank that as one of the most important projects in the CIP?
Through the chair, there are 154 projects in the CIP. All of them are extremely important for the operation and maintenance of Monroe County. Specifically, what is the most important for public safety and other departments is something that is determined through the CIP review committee and the planning board's review of projects as they vote on them.
Great, thank you. I yield the floor.
Questions or comments? Seeing none, all those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Anyone opposed? Item carries. Next item, please.
Referral 24-0172, acceptance of a grant from the New York State Division of Criminal Justice Services for the Crimes Against Revenue Program.
Moved by Legislator Mafucci, seconded by Legislator Vasquez Simmons. Is there any questions or comments? Seeing none, all those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Anyone opposed? Item carries. Next item, please.
Referral 24-0173, acceptance of a grant from the New York State Canal Corporation for the New York State Canal Corporation Marine Patrol Matching Grant Program.
Moved by Legislator Mafucci, seconded by Legislator Vasquez Simmons. Is there any questions or comments here? Legislator Milne.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Through the chairman to the administration, without this funding, without this $40,000, would the sheriff's office be actually providing marine patrols without that funding? You got it.
Through the chair, Jennifer Curley from the Sheriff's Office. The $40,000 for the canal, I'm sorry. Can you ask the question again?
Yes, ma'am, thank you. The question was, without this matching grant, the $40,000, would the sheriff's department have the funding or still be able to maintain these patrols on the water without that funding?
Through the chair, no, we would not be able to do that. Because this will be appropriated into our grant module, and that overtime will come out of the grant instead of the operating.
Thank you very much. I yield the floor.
Any other questions or comments? Seeing none, all those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Anyone opposed? Item carries. Next item, please.
Referral 24-0174, authorize an intermunicipal agreement with the Suffolk County Sheriff's Office for reimbursement to the Monroe County Sheriff's Office for the acceptance and supervision of a Suffolk County detainee while hospitalized in Monroe County.
Moved by Legislator Mafucci, seconded by Legislator Vasquez Simmons. Is there any questions or comments? Senator Hugh Smith.
Thank you. Through you, Mr. Chairman, to the administration, do you know how long we expect this inmate's stay in the hospital to be?
Through the chair, Superintendent Leone, the inmate is no longer in our custody.
Thank you so much. I yield the floor.
Any other questions or comments? Legislator Smith?
Yes, through the chair, the referral states that this detainee was incarcerated at the Monroe County Children's Center. What was the individual's age and what was the nature of the hospitalization, if you can share that information?
Through the chair, that was incorrect. The inmate was housed at the Office of Mental Health, which was a local facility, and through the contracts that we have, which each county in the state of New York has, after 7 days, the arresting municipality will watch the inmate.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I yield the floor.
Any other questions or comments? Seeing none, all those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Anyone opposed? Item carries. Next item, please.
Referral 24-0175, authorize an intermunicipal agreement with the City of Rochester regarding the City of Rochester's use of the Monroe County Jail for the detention of non-arraigned detainees and arrestees.
Moved by Legislator Mafucci, seconded by Legislator Vasquez Simmons. Is there any questions or comments? Legislator Colby.
Through you, Mr. Chairman, I know the answer because you told us during the tour, but for the rest of us in this room, how many on average detainees does the city send over to you on a daily basis, on an average basis?
Through the chair, the average basis, I just have the average number.
Number, yes.
2023, we had 3,433 unarraigned prisoners, and as of through the month of April and some of May now, we're at 1,504.
Thank you.
Any other questions or comments? Seeing none, all those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Anyone opposed? Carries. Next item, please.
Referral 24-0176, authorize a contract with Healthcare Support Advisors for the Monroe County Sheriff's Office to conduct criminal background checks on HCSA members, potential employees.
Moved by Legislator Mafucci, seconded by Legislator Vasquez Simmons. Any questions or comments? Legislator Mafucci.
Chairperson, through you to the administration, which nursing homes will be supported by HC?
We support all the nursing homes in Monroe County. So we'll be doing the backgrounds for all of them.
How were they, well, if they're all done, they were all selected, so forget the question. Thank you. Appreciate
You're
it.
welcome.
Good.
I'm done.
Any other
Thank you.
questions or comments? Seeing none, all those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Anyone opposed? Item carries. Next item, please.
Referral number 24-0177, authorize a contract with Cayuga Home for Children, doing business as Cayuga Centers for therapy services for juvenile justice-involved youth.
Moved by Legislator Mafucci, seconded by Legislator Vasquez Simmons. Any questions or comments? Legislator Florio.
Through the chair to the administration, is this a new program that we're initiating this year?
Through the chair, Christine Durante from Probation. This is a new contract for probation to provide services to justice-involved youth. We have, the county has provided services through Cayuga Home for youth in the past that are active with Department of Human Services.
Thank you. Through the chair to the administration for follow-up or clarification, then, is this a brand-new program, though? Is this a new initiative that we're starting this year?
Through the chair, we have money through Raise the Age funds from the state to provide services for justice-involved youth. So this is the first time that we're able to contract for Cayuga Home for probation justice-involved youth.
Thank you. And through the chair to the administration, will all of the services be done in home, or do they have offices here in Monroe County, or how does that work?
Through the chair, yeah, the name of the organization is misleading. It's called Cayuga Home, but they do have an office here, and the services are provided in-home to youth and family to eliminate obstacles for transportation.
Thank you. And Through the chair to the administration, so where exactly are their offices located?
Through the chair, they were on Humboldt the last I checked. I can verify that to make sure I'm giving you the correct
Thank you.
information.
If you could get back to us with that, that'd be great. And then one last question through the chair to the administration. Can we get a KPI or in terms of the status of the program 6 months from now to see if it's working and, you know, what your either success or limitations are of the program?
Through the chair, absolutely, we can give you how many families were served once we're able to execute the contract with Cayuga Centers. We can do that.
Thank you. I yield the floor.
Any other questions or comments? Seeing none, all those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Anyone opposed? Item carries. Next item, please.
Referral 24-0178, acceptance of a grant from the New York State Division of Criminal Justice Services and authorize a contract with Pretrial Services Corporation of the Monroe County Bar Association for a continuum of certified pretrial services.
Moved by Legislator Mafucci, seconded by Legislator Vasquez Simmons. Are there any questions or comments? Legislator Dondorfer.
Thank you, sir. Through you to the administration, how are the defendants in the jail chosen for this program?
Through the chair, the defendants are chosen through an assessment process that the pretrial services caseworkers complete, and then they go to the judge and ask the judge for permission for the defendant to participate in this program.
Got it. Thank you. I yield the floor.
Any other questions or comments? Seeing none, all those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Anyone opposed? Item carries. Are there any other matters to come before this committee? There being no other matters, the May 21st, 2024 meeting of the Public Safety Committee stands adjourned. The next meeting of the Public Safety Committee will be held on Tuesday, June 25th,